Y'all, I thought this man was straight, but this man proceeded to grab up on my goodies. And girl, one thing led to another, and I'm in the backseat of a car, no tea, no shade. Hello, so goodbye to another video. My name is Alizea, and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the bed prayer, whatever. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm back. How are you wonderful, amazing people doing today, girl? I'm doing amazing, girl. Get up into the bed prayer, whatever. I hope you wonderful people are doing well. Y'all, so girl, guess what? I am doing another story time. Period. I think this is going to be my last video on this cellular device, and then we're going to go to this one, so the quality is going to really shift. Before we get to today's video, girl, because I know you guys seen the title, and then y'all might be like, girl, what are we finna get into today, girl? I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe, because you will never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. Get up into the big prayer, whatever. Go ahead and lock in on myself. So y'all, I used to hang around this one boy. We're going to call him Crown for today's video. You know, get up into it. Me and Crown were cool. We were tight like that. We had a friendship for like 10 years, like a decade-long friendship. It was cool. It was cunt. It was fab. Get up into it, right? So, you know, me, you know, I am very, you know, I'm very outgoing. I'm a very outgoing, bubbly person or whatever, right? And you know, Crown used to have this one friend, I'm just gonna be real, didn't like me, you know, didn't like me at all. And me and that person ended up getting into a fight in high school, and I have that video on here. If you wanna ever see that video, it's in my or whatever's playlist if you wanna go see it or whatever. Yeah, no tea, no shade. But y'all, when I tell you, you know, your girl was just living her life or whatever, right? And I ended up going to Crown's house or whatever, right? So Crown or whatever, right? She's like, oh, we're gonna go hang out with, we're gonna call him, what are we gonna call him? King. I don't fucking know. We're gonna call him King. So Crown said we're gonna go hang out at King's house or whatever, right? So I'm like, okay, Ben, let's just go hang out or whatever, right? So, you know, I'm being spontaneous or whatever, just living life to the fullest, right? So King ended up pulling up on us and coming to pick us up in this big ass black truck or whatever, right? King put me onto a lot of songs. King put me onto Kickin' Flavors. King put me onto It's Me, Motherfucker, It's Me. Hey, it's me, it's me. King put me onto all the twerk hip hop music, if you get what I mean. No tea, no shade. So y'all, when I tell you, we, you know, blasting through goddamn Waco, Texas or whatever, right? Heading to King's house or whatever, girl. And my favorite song cut on, girl. I was sitting at the bar when this wolf I drinking over. Say he wanna get to know me. I said, boy, just bend me over. Girl, no tea, no shade. So we ended up stopping at a fucking spotlight or whatever, right? You know the stoplights or whatever in the intersections or whatever, right? We stopped at a stoplight, girl, and we all got out the car and started twerking on the goddamn car or whatever, right, girl? No tea, no shade, y'all. That was fun. No tea, no shade. So we all get back in the car once it turns green or whatever, but I just had to add that little detail. So we ended up making it to King's house or whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, Crown warned me and said that, you know, King has rats and roaches, so just beware. And I was like, lots of roaches. Why you invite me over here in the first place then, girl? I can maybe handle roaches, but rats? Oh, girl, we're not in New York City. Hello? So, y'all, when I tell you, y'all, we chilling or whatever, right? And so King used to hang out with everybody. Like, I don't know why, but like King just had this ghetto ass friend group. So y'all, King hangs out with a lot of people, like I said, and we're gonna introduce this boy and we're gonna call him Jay for today's story time or whatever. Get up into it, right? So Jay ended up calling up King or whatever and said, hey, do you want to hang out? King basically said, yeah, let's hang out or whatever, right? So King said he finna go get him. So we had to get our shoes on. We had to get in the car. We went over there, right? So, y'all, when I tell you, this is where things took a turn, y'all. It was, I think it was me It was Crown, it was King, it was Jay, and it was this other boy we went to go pick up. We're gonna call him Valley or whatever. Valley girl, ooh girl, I don't know what he is. Or Walker. No, let's just do Valley. No tea, no shade. So we ended up picking up Jay and Valley because they was sitting over here passing together. So yeah, no tea, no shade. And this was in the era where I was starting to pass. I was like, oh hell yeah, girl, let's pass, right? So yeah. We ended up going to East Waco or whatever, right? You know what East Waco is, girl. If you've been to Waco, Texas, you know what type of part I'm talking about. We ended up going to the projects or whatever, right? So we was in the projects. I don't know why King left his car over there in the projects, but yeah, we left it in the projects, right? So we was walking around East Waco or whatever and just literally chilling. We was playing twerking music. We was just vibing. We was just chilling. But it was getting colder and colder as the night is going on, right? So my dumb ass didn't bring a jacket, right? So I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what like sparked this, but y'all, when I tell you like, I guess I found him attractive or whatever, right? I found Jay attractive. And so, you know, I was staring at him. I don't give a fuck who gonna whip my ass. Yeah, I was staring at him, right? And so that's when Jay, he saw that I was cold. He was like, do you want my jacket? I was like, yeah, I want your jacket. So, you know, he gave me his jacket or whatever, right? And so then I'm walking with him. Girl, I forgot I'm with everybody else, girl. Now I'm with Jay, girl. I said everybody else, girl. I'm with Jay right now. Don't say no shade. So, y'all, we ended up deciding we gonna walk back to King's car or whatever, right? So, y'all, while we walking back to King's car, I need y'all to understand this and listen to me when I say this, girl. We walking back to King's car, and while we walking back, you know, me and Jay is sitting over here conversating or whatever. We sitting over here playing with each other or whatever. I'm not talking about in that type of way. I literally am talking about like we're just literally like roughhousing. Let's just say it like that. We're literally like poking each other with our fingers and stuff, you know. I don't want y'all to think dirty stuff. Y'all nasty. Stop. You nasty. So y'all, we finally made it to King's car or whatever, right? And so King made a funny joke and said, oh, Alizea, you're going to have to walk. What? Girl, what do you mean? He was like, oh, we ain't got enough room because we got all this stuff over here. I'm like, but we literally was riding around. And I just stopped myself because I'm like, I don't feel like arguing. And then so Jay insisted, he was like, she can sit on my lap. Okay, yes. Okay, you bow, honey. You bow, honey. Okay. So King, he ended up rolling his eyes. He like, come on. So, you know, I sat on his lap or whatever, girl. And, you know, we sitting over here chilling or whatever. It was that, okay, right? I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I felt something poking, but I just ignored it or whatever, girl. No tea, no shade, right? So while we riding back to, what is this boy's name I gave him? While we're riding back to Crown's house or whatever, right? I need y'all to understand me and listen to me when I say this. This boy is literally like, he's opening up his phone on Snapchat, right? And y'all, I'm nosy. I don't give a right. I'm looking. I see something I didn't want to see for real. Y'all, guess what I saw? I saw a dick. Y'all, I saw a giant. And I mean giant wizard wand. I was like, damn, that thing gonna poke somebody. And so he tried to like, you know, easily like shut off his phone, acting like he ain't do nothing. And then he started laughing. I'm like, why is you laughing? He's like, you're not supposed to see that. And I'm like, boy, you think you slick. And so now we just sitting over here joking around with each other. And so then that's when King cuts up the music, try to, you know, sound us out or whatever. And I'm just like, boy, you act like somebody really care about you turning up the music. So then he hit the brake. He like, who are you talking to? Because you can get out my car. And so then that's when Crown talk about, stop, King. Stop. You doing too much. You doing too much. And then King's like, no, because da-da-da-da-da. So now we in an argument or whatever. And so then that's when Jay said, can y'all stop arguing for like once or whatever? And so then that's when King said, yes, daddy. What? And so then Jay's now feeling uncomfortable and stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, so I'm going to ignore myself. Yeah, no tea, no shade. I'm going to, you know, ignore this. No tea, no shade. Right. So, y'all, we ended up making it to Crown's house or whatever, right? And so we all decided we were just gonna walk around the neighborhood or whatever. We was gonna walk around, Crown's neighborhood and just, talk with each other or whatever, right? So, like I said, it's cold and I'm wearing Jay's jacket or whatever, right? And, we ended up cuddling, girl. We ended up cuddling. He got his arm around me. No tea, no shade. I'm just like, I'm living for the fantasy of the trade. No tea, no shade, girl. I am living for the fantasy of the trade. And whole time, King is literally mugging us. Like, he is mugging us down bad. Like, down bad. And y'all, if y'all want to know what King looks like, you can literally watch, after this YouTube video, you can literally watch my, or whatever's playlist. It's called I Got Beat Up by a Gay Boy. You can go watch that. There's a fight video there. You can go see it if you want to. No tea, no shade. Just throwing that out there. No tea, no shade. So, y'all, we all decided we was going to go back to Crown's house and we was just going to chill out or whatever, right? So, y'all, we ended up going back or whatever. We made it to Crown's house or whatever, right? Crown had the heat on. We sitting over here passing. We twerking or whatever. We just living or whatever, right? And so while I'm twerking, tell me why this big beluga whale King gonna sit over here and twerk all in my face. He just shoved me out the way and he started twerking. So I'm just standing there looking lost. I'm like, oh my God. And so then Jay's like covering his eyes and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is like ghetto as hell. So y'all, like I said, he shoved me out the way basically. And so now I'm just standing there. So after they get done turning up or whatever, right? It's time to like settle down and lay down or whatever, right? So me, Jay, and Crown ended up going into, Crown's room, and we was all just chilling. Nothing crazy. I mean this. Nothing crazy this whole time or whatever, right? So, y'all, me, I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna chill out or whatever, right? I was initially going to ask, Crown if I can, sleep on their bed, but Crown said no, so... Crown said immediately, no, like nobody can sleep on my bed. That's my bed. I'm like, okay, I'll just sleep on the floor, right? So let's fast forward now. So y'all, when I tell you it's the next morning or whatever, I wake up or whatever, and y'all, I'm looking for, what is his name called? What did I give him? Jay. I'm looking for Jay or whatever, right? And so I find Jay or whatever, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I think we hugged when I got up or whatever, girl. No tea, no shade. He ended up giving me his Instagram, so we ended up starting to text. I don't have the messages no more because I custom smooth out, but that's not that y'all not. I just skipped the part, so just shut up, right? But we exchanged Instagrams or whatever, and so it's time to wake up, King, so he can take us all home, y'all. I'm literally screaming, hey, wake up! This is him. This girl sound like a dying pig. Like, King literally sound like a dying pig. I'm like, oh girl, no. So I'm asking everybody else, like, how do they usually wake up King? Because I got to go home. No shade. Y'all, they said literally just stick a water bottle in his mouth. Oh, okay. So I stuck a water bottle in his mouth. Boom. Almost hit me in my face. Y'all, I'm like, ooh, So he's like, what did you do that for? Honey, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's time to go home. He's like, it's 4? Girl, we look at the time. He look at the time. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. It's time to, like, literally go home. So, y'all, when I tell y'all, girl, we all go home. We all separate. It was near here or there, right? So, y'all, this is where the story time takes a turn, literally. So, like I said, me and Jay have been texting on Instagram. That's been between us. That's been our business. Simple as that, right? So, y'all, Jay ended up telling me, like, come and see him at work or whatever at the mall, and we just gonna hang out after. I was like, okay, bad, simple as that. Mind y'all, I'm, like, freshly new to this, gay stuff. So, like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I already thought he knew that I was trans. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Did I even kiss? No, I didn't kiss him. Actually, I didn't kiss him because old dude was my first kiss. So, yeah, I didn't kiss him. But, y'all, listen to me. I didn't know that this boy did not, quote, unquote, know that I'm trans. And hear me out. I need y'all to listen to me, okay? So, y'all, I literally get dressed or whatever, right? Because he told me we going to meet up at the mall or whatever, right? So, I'm like, okay, cool, casual, right? Cool. So, y'all, tell me why. I end up, I ended up going to the mall or whatever, right? I think I walked. I think I walked to the mall. It was an hour walk from my house. It's not that far because I used to do it a lot, so it's not that far, right? So I walked to the mall, right? And so I'm there. I told dude, I'm like, hey, I'm here, like, where you at or whatever. He's like, come over here by Dick's or whatever, right? So there's this little stand. Y'all know those people in the malls that, sit over here and say, oh, I can clean your shoes for a certain price. Yeah, he was that nigga. He was working that job. So, y'all, I'm not gonna knock nobody's hustle because I love a man with money. No tea, no shade, y'all. This boy bought me a teddy bear. I was like, oh, okay, so you lit. Okay. Because when I saw him, he had a teddy bear. And so I'm like, who's the teddy bear for? He's like, this teddy bear is for you. Oh, yes. Okay. So, y'all, he's like, just stay with me and I get off at like 30 minutes and we can go with my homeboy and we can go smoke. I was like, okay, bet. We can go pop up past. I was like, okay, bet. So y'all, it's 30 minutes going by. We sitting over here flirting, touching each other, all that stuff. Right. So we ended up going to, his, what do you call it? His homeboy's car or whatever, right? My bad, y'all. Like I said, I'm off of this. No tea, no shade. So yeah, sorry for the stuttering. But y'all, when I tell you, we're in his homeboy's car now, and his homeboy ended up making a pit stop to go get a charger, right? His homeboy kind of took extra long. And so while his homeboy's in the house to go get a charger, right? Literally, this boy started touching all up on me. He's trying to touch my private. I moved his hand so fast. I'm like, don't do that. And so then he's like, why can't I do it? What's wrong? I'm like, boy, I don't know you like that. And then he started laughing. And so then he's like, I know you trans. I'm like, oh, so you do. So y'all, I'm like, okay, bad. So then beforehand, I asked him, I was like, how do you know that I'm trans? He's like, oh, King told me that you trans, I'm like, oh, okay. Nice to know that. Wonderful information. So keep that in mind. He knew that I was trans. Keep that in mind, right? So y'all, this is where things took a turn, right? So y'all, when I tell you, like he said, he tried to touch my leg or whatever, and he tried to do it again. I was like, no, like, I'm cool, like, please stop. So we ended up going to his auntie's house or whatever, right? We went into his auntie's house. His auntie, I don't know if she was like can I say that? I don't know if she was a crackhead, but like, she was extra skinny, like, I don't know, like Ethiopian type of skinny. So I'm saying hey to her. She's like, oh my God, she's beautiful. You snagged a good one. She's beautiful. You better keep her. And so she's shaking my hand and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, this is like embarrassing. Like, stop. This is embarrassing. So she's asking me my name, and I'm telling her my name is Alizea and stuff like that. And so then she's, she's like, I think I know you. And then I'm like, where you know me from? Because I'm telling you, Waco is so goddamn fucking small. She's like, are you da-da-da-da-da-da? I'm like, I know her, but yeah, that's not mine. Yeah, da-da-da-da-da. I'm lying the whole time. She talking about my goddamn auntie, y'all. She's like, are you your auntie's nephew or some shit like that? Auntie's niece? I'm like, no, but I know ain't, da-da-da-da-da. I ain't gonna give y'all my auntie's name, bitch, because y'all messy as fuck. But yeah, da-da-da-da-da. So y'all, we ended up chilling at his crib or whatever. We ended up hugging or whatever, and that was the last time I saw him. And this is where things took a turn, like I said. So I say a couple of days go by, right? He ghosted me, right? So I'm like, what the hell? So I see him always posting on Instagram. So I texted him. I was like, why is you not like responding? No response. So, oh bitch, I don't play them games, right? So I immediately I texted Crown. I was like, do you know why such and such not text me? He's like, oh, because King told him to stop texting you. King told Jay to stop texting me. Oh, girl, now I'm mad, bitch. Now I'm mad. So that's when I was like, where y'all at right now? He was like, we at King's house. I told him, bet I'm finna pull up. So he said, hey, don't pull up because, like, it's going to get ghetto. I'm like, no, I'm going to pull up. So I pulled up to King's house, and, I'm knocking on the door or whatever, right? I'm like, can I speak with such and such? King looking at me like I'm crazy. He's like, what you doing here? I'm like, can I speak with such and such? He busy right now. I'm like, can I speak with such and such? So then he starts smacking his lips. And so, he come outside. I'm like, why you ghost me, this and that? He's like, I didn't know you was trans. I didn't know. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. He just started deflecting, talking about, I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm not gay. I'm like, you know what? I'm not finna deal with this girl. So after that, y'all, I went on by my business. You just went on by my business, right? I unfollowed him, all that stuff, right? He gonna text me. He's like, I apologize. He told me to say that. Da 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 da. So I cussed him out. I said, you a grown man letting another goddamn kid tell you what to do. You a grown man letting a kid tell you what to do. What is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? Cause y'all, at the time he was, oh damn, I'm just gonna be real. At the time he was 18, right? No tea, no shade. So yeah, and King was like 17. No tea, no shade, right? So I'm like, you letting this big goddamn water buffalo tell you what to do, and girl, I was just mad. I cussed him smooth out. I was like, don't ever talk to me again. Don't speak to me again. You cut, you weird. Like, I had enough. No tea, no shade. So after that, every time I've ever seen him, it's been very awkward. Cause like, you weird. And he'll be staring at me. I'm like, why is you staring at me? Like, you gay, you weird. Like, you weird. I will always like, no, like, you just weird. And y'all, tell me why. Tell me why. Y'all, I heard a rumor that literally, what is his name? I heard a rumor that Jay let King sit over here and give him washing machine treatment. Oh, bitch, you done. You done. I'll never speak to you again. For real this time. Never speak to you again. Because you going to let that big beast come fucking, sit over here and give you that washing. Oh, you down and dirty. You down and dirty. So, yeah, I was done. Never again. No tea, no shade. But that's all for this video, girl. I hope you guys enjoy. My name is Alizea. Get up into the big purr, whatever. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm tired as hell though, girl. I'm gonna make some more videos, girl. No tea, no shade. And if you guys enjoyed this video, just let me know how I did down below in the story time or in the comments, girl. Damn, I'm all over the place, girl. And I didn't even drink the rest of this. No tea, no shade. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Stream Nicki Minaj. I gotta go. Boom shakalaka. Bye.